episode of Isaiah's Newsstand. It's your host, Isaiah Edwards. The date is August the 16th, 2025. Hopefully this episode finds you well, in good spirits and high hopes. As for me, I'm doing pretty good. We started off this Saturday doing some more house sitting. Went and did the plants or sprayed the plants. Went and, let the dogs out, let them do their business. Checked in on the cats and all that. Everything was good. Everything was solid. It's our last morning there. I got one more afternoon check-in I want to do after this, and that'll be it. That'll be the end of it. But post that, I came back home, hung out for a quick second, went to the gym. Gym was good. I will say, it didn't have the excitement that hitting the milestone did yesterday of like doing 3 plates, at least moving them. Now I'm like, okay, I got to do this like every week now, and it's going to be really hard and really tiring. And I got to make sure I don't hurt myself. So there's a little bit of that sinking in. But overall, it was a good session. I was able to get the 75s up, so that felt good. But yeah, I was definitely tired. I was like, all right, we're good. Also, my stomach had started hurting. I ate pretty good last night. I had a chicken and pasta bowl that I made, and I went a little crazy. I added some cheese. I added some sauce, like some marinara sauce. Really went the full Monty with it, went all out. And it was really good, but definitely was giving me some stomach troubles today. So I've been kind of going through it on that. But outside of that, everything's been a good day. It's been solid. We're moving along. So here we are, ready to record, ready to yap. Now, the initial setup I had for this was going to be a offbeat episode. But when I kind of laid everything out, I was like, we can more or less make it an official episode, make it normal and everything. So if it feels a little bit disconjointed, like we're hopping around, that's why. But yeah, let's go ahead and do our startup and let's get into some news. Okay. All right. First thing I wanted to hit from the Google News feed. Hurricane Aaron becomes a Category 4 in the Caribbean as the region braces for flooding. Could reach a Category 5 as well, I'm seeing from Axios. So, we'll keep a lookout on that. An update from the situation in Pakistan with the floods, the heavy rain. The number has gone up to 300 from when we last recorded yesterday. It was 200. So, obviously that's unfortunate. But headline I wanted to focus in on that I'm getting from NPR. Video shows prominent Palestinian prisoner for the first time in years. The world got a glimpse of one of the most famous Palestinian prisoners in Israel on Friday, Marwan Barghouti. I'm sure I'm getting that name wrong. But mea culpa, doing my best on that, for the first time in years. A video posted by Israel's far right National Security Minister Itamar Ben-Gvir shows him berating Barghouti in his prison cell. You will not win. He who messes with the people of Israel, he who will murder our children, who will murder our women, we will wipe him out, Ben-Gvir is recorded saying. It was not immediately clear when the video, which has been circulating widely in Israel and the occupied West Bank, was filmed. In the 13-second cut of the video that is circulating, Barghouti, 66, tries to respond but is unable to interject. He is pale, white-haired, and shrunken, nearly unrecognizable from the dark, rotund man he once was when he was a widely popular politician, tipped to be the next leader of the Palestinian Authority. I believe Mahmoud Abbas is the current leader of the PA. I might be wrong there. Forgive me. So, but yeah, he, Barghouti or Marwan, is serving 5 consecutive life sentences after being convicted by an Israeli court and 2002 for helping plan attacks on civilians during a Palestinian uprising that came to be known as the Second Intifada. But yeah, that being said, that doesn't justify what Ben Gvir is doing here, which is essentially just waltzing on into his prison cell and just berating him, like putting him in a corner and just saying, "Yeah, you can't do this. We're gonna make sure that anyone like you, is gonna die." Like, how are you supposed to take that? By the way, like, what are you supposed to say and do in that situation? Like, that's why there's reasons why like that's not allowed. That's why internationally people condemn that kind of stuff. But also, since we are in the region talking about the stuff, the situation at hand, I wanted to talk a bit about West Bank. And this is like off the cuff. I was listening to the BBC talk about this, but they are moving ahead with a settlement plan, which has been deemed internationally illegal to do, of a large Jewish settlement that they want in the West Bank. And essentially this will split the West Bank in half, taking away even more land from Palestinians. And they're saying, yeah, no, we're happy with this. In fact, they were very bold and blatant about why they were doing it and pushing ahead with it the way they were. Because nations have been coming out and saying, hey, we are going to recognize Palestine. We are going to do that. And they're saying, just on that alone, we want to make sure that we break up the Palestinian state so much that you can't even call it a state, even if you want to. We don't recognize it, but we're going to make sure that you can't. Like, that to me, you look at what Ben Gvir is doing, you look at what Bezos Smotrich is doing, like, this is some villain-ass fucking shit. This is that they know they can get away with this shit, so they are airing it out. Live. They do not care. And when you have the backing of America literally to the hilt, not just with Joe Biden, but also fucking Donald Trump even more so, I guess you could say. Like, of course you can just ha. We've won. Like, that's how they are moving. That's how they are fucking acting. It's disgusting. It's very frustrating to see and know that your tax-paying dollars are complicit in it in some kind of way, shape, or form. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I wanted to talk about that. Let's go ahead though and move along to our actually next and last story. It's a bit of a short and sweet episode, y'all. But yeah, we got to come back to Sean Kingston and we got his sentencing. Sorry, I got a ad. Hyundai Kona. Sorry for the jump scare. Let's see. But yes, from Rolling Stone. But let's go ahead and take our last break. I need to wind down. Jeez, oh Pete's Hyundai. Anyway, and then we'll go ahead and close it out. Hashtag not fucking sponsored. I'm pissed. I'm pissed now. Just talking behind the curtain, I've had too many technical issues with this episode, so I'm just really steamed about that moment just now, about the random ad. Sometimes you just can't beat it, That's showbiz, baby. All right. Once again, from the Rolling Stone, Sean Kingston sentenced to 42 months in prison for fraud scheme topping $1 million. Sean Kingston was sentenced to 3.5 years in prison Friday after he and his mother were convicted of defrauding multiple vendors of more than $1 million in luxury items ranging from high-end watches to a bulletproof Cadillac Escalade. Why would Sean Kingston need that? Oh man, I forgot about the Cadillac. Anyway, in a filing earlier this week, the Beautiful Girl singer pleaded with the judge to spare him any time behind bars. Kingston, 35 years old, urged the judge to reject the 5 to 6 years in federal detention recommended by probation officials and sentenced him to home detention along with an order to pay restitution. At the sentencing Friday, Judge David Leibowitz opted to go between the probation recommendation and defense request, handing down his sentence of 42 months in prison and 3 years of supervised release. The judge set a restitution hearing for October 16th. So we'll probably come back to the story, maybe close it out officially then, around that time. I did want to, skip ahead a bit. I know we covered the mom, Janice Turner. But just to reiterate, unless I didn't, and I might have got it wrong or whatever, but 5 years in prison and 3 years of probation. Um, I do like this line. I'm sorry. My intention was to keep my son afloat in this difficult industry. They used him and abused him. I am begging for mercy for me and my son. Like, yo, at the end of the day, you were taking goods, you were taking merchandise, saying, hey, we will do the promos, we will pay you for this stuff too, da 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 da, and you didn't come through on the fucking promos. And then you fucking sent bad wire frauds. You sent bum checks that your ass you couldn't cash. They couldn't get cashed. So no, you did fraud. You did scams. Don't do this fucking whine cry about like I was protecting my baby for this evil industry. Fuck that, dude. Fuck out of here. Tomatoes for that. I'm sorry. Maybe this is my mood right now, but I'm just not hearing that. No. Damn all these beautiful girls. Like, bro, like you had it. I don't know what you did with it. That career was suicidal, I guess. I'm sorry. I should stop. Anyway, that's really all I have. Like I said, we'll come back to the story in the future, in the fall. I cannot wait for the fall. Oh, I'm ready for Fat Boy Fall because it's too hot, y'all. I'm sweating. But yeah, that's it. This is a very short, little small episode, bit of a morsel. But yeah, that's where we'll leave it for today. If you'd like to help out, support the effort, I do have a Patreon. Patreon.com/IsaiahNews. Become a newsie today. Free ways to hit me up, IsaiahNews1@gmail.com. Oh, excuse me. Oh, I needed that though. That was a good burp. Feel free to follow me on any of the socials. I don't know if I said that. Subscribe to the YouTube. That's free action that helps out a lot. Follow on TikTok. Follow on Spotify. Follow on Apple Podcasts, whatever platform you like to listen to. And hopefully I see you soon for some more good news. I love you. Bye-bye. Mwah.